Hello there everybody, and welcome back to my F1 2021 My Team career mode, and big changes are afoot here. We have let Michael Schumacher go due to underperformance, and our new teammate for the rest of the season will be Pierre Gasly. Also moving from AlphaTauri is Yuki Tsunoda, who has gone to Ferrari. Jack Aitken has found himself taking one of the AlphaTauri spots, and Mercedes have also demoted him and let him go to AlphaTauri. Yuki Tsunoda has gone to Ferrari in replacement of Bottas, who has moved back to Mercedes. And finally, as I'm trying to grab my bearings, the other AlphaTauri seat upon which Pierre Gasly was replaced from has been taken by none other than a driver who is one of the all-time greats of Formula 1. A fierce competitor through all of his junior career. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Sean GELAEL. Yeah. For some reason, AlphaTauri have thought, we will take him on. I can't quite imagine what they need the money for, because that's obviously what this is about, but alas, Sean GELAEL has a seat, okay? And I've had a crash. That was in qualifying, and as you can see from the replay here, just pushing too hard in damp conditions. We are in the wall, and we are out of qualifying, and I didn't even make it into the top 10, so this is going to be a hard race. But look who was at the top of Q2. It was Sean GELAEL. What is going on here? You can see me there in 16th, which will be where I start the Belgian Grand Prix from.
Welcome along then to the Belgian Grand Prix, the race that gave us the maiden victory for the Jordan team in 1998. And in the same team, the phenomenal debut of a young Michael Schumacher. There's always something special around one of the many corners of this fan-favourite circuit. So here we are once again, ready to go racing through the Ardennes Forest. 4.35 miles of long straights, fast corners and massive elevation changes. It makes this not only one of the most exciting circuits on the calendar, but one that makes for some consistently high-quality racing as well. Simply put it, there really is no place quite like Spa. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday puts him on pole, and starting next to them is George Russell. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Verstappen, Aitken, Pierre Gasly and Giovinazzi, Bottas, Tsunoda, Ocon and Sean GELAEL, Norris, Vettel, Mick Schumacher and Stroll, Schwartzman, Joker, Nicholas Latifi and Guan Yu Zhou, Markelov, Eilert, Lundgaard and Nikita Mazepin. Which of the...
So, P16 on the grid. What can we do from here? 22 laps ahead of us. It's lights out and away we go. We are on the medium tyres. Not the best launch off the start. In fact, we have been hit by someone. I think we've tagged someone as well. So, yeah, look, collision with Latifi. So we have had a little bit of a rub with Nicholas Latifi, and we've lost a couple of places there. Zhou Guanyu is alongside us. That's not Zhou Guanyu, sorry. That is Nicholas Latifi in the Alfa Romeo. We have had a little bit of a bang on his car, and now Zhou Guanyu, well, he's been displaced by Callum Ilott, but now we're going to try and have a look back at Latifi. Down the long straight, there are cars battling ahead of us, but they don't back Latifi up into me just by enough to have a look, but we might have a look round the outside of the next corner. Latifi's gone very aggressive there, and he backed us up, and that's allowed Callum Ilott to have a look, but I'm going to try and go around the outside, but no way through there. The run just did not come to anything in the end, but we're still looking at Nicholas Latifi. Down again, The inside there is never going to be a move that works, and in fact we've gone wide and I'm really struggling with understeer. So I do just wonder, is there a little bit of damage on the car? If so, should we pit and get it repaired? Right, down the inside of Latifi. And we've got that move done, but Latifi's going to have a look back at us going into Stavlo, but he has to back out of that one. Right, next up is the Haas of Lundgaard. And that's a relatively straightforward pass, isn't it? Up into P15, sorry, we go.
Nice move. Good job.
And
DRS will be enabled
we are
this
now,
lap. You can use it when
we
within
now
1
have
second of the car
DRS,
ahead
but
and
again,
in the
my
DRS
pace is not particularly quick. So I do just wonder if I have some slight damage here. And there's a car blowing up in front of us, and it's Mick Schumacher. He's pulling over to the side. So his involvement in this Belgian Grand Prix is done.
Okay, clear.
His race is over. And now we're going to try and catch up to Bobby Schwartzman just ahead of us. And Sebastian Vettel's got a bit of a gap to him. We have another yellow flag, so I'm not quite sure what that was for. But we have caught Schwartzman, albeit not quite as quickly as I would hope. We're going to go around the outside here, but again, well, there is a way through this time because we can take the inside of No Name Corner and get the move done. We didn't quite get around the outside, but we gave ourselves the better line for the next corner. Up next then is Sebastian Vettel, who is tucked up behind the debutant Sean GELAEL, running in P11. Solid effort for a debut race, it must be said. Right, tucking in behind Vettel. Can we get a look up the inside there? No. Can we go around the outside of Blanchimont? Only a brave man does it, and we have tried, and we've tagged Vettel. And that's just going to make the damage we have even worse, but we have got the place. And up into P12
okay,
we go.
work.
Next up
Great
is
pass.
Sean GELAEL, dead ahead of us. And my strategy was to try and go long, but the car feeling a little bit worse than what it did earlier. Where we're okay enough to catch Sean GELAEL, but I don't know what kind of pace we're going to run afterwards. GELAEL covering me there, round the right-hander. And for now, it looks like there is no way through. We're having a look either side, but GELAEL just holding the place. And in fact, we decide that with the damage we have, we may as well bring it into the pits. But I'm a complete idiot, and I will tell you why. Because I elected to stay with the soft tyres instead of going hard to the finish, which could have gained us some decent points by the end of the race. So I feel very silly that the strategy we went for was softs, but I'm now going to have to go for it. I'm going to have to push hard and hope that on 2 soft stints
Only one stop
I
to
can
go.
make
One stop
significant
left
gains in this
strategy.
race. So it's all in how hard I can push now, isn't it? Right, we have got our softs on. First up is, ironically, Sean GELAEL after changing the front wing. And we're going to try and have a little look up the inside here, diving down the inside. And we have got GELAEL.
4
Next up
seconds
is
to the next
Tsunoda
car.
in the
Push, push.
Ferrari. I've got to say, not the best debut for Ferrari, is it? But still, just outside the top 10, with Lando Norris hogging that 10th position. Here is Yuki Tsunoda. And someone in front of us must have pitted because Tsunoda's now up to 10th. But we covet that 10th position now. We're going to go down the inside of the bus stop. Tsunoda tries to cover, but in the end, he had to succumb to the fact that we were up the inside and we outbraked him quite nicely going into the bus stop. Right, next up is Bottas and Norris. Bottas swapping cars out of the Ferrari into the Mercedes, and he might feel like he's made the right decision at the moment as we dive down the inside of Lando Norris going into Lecombe. And that is P9. Next up is Valtteri Bottas.
Nice work. That brings you up
Valtteri,
a place.
it's Joe. Please, I don't know, get out the way. I'm not as good as James with team directives, but we're now going to have a look at Bottas to take that 8th place. Are we going to try and nip down the inside here? This is a very brave move to make. This could only end badly, but it didn't. We got up the inside there, and that is a brave move and a half there. Right, next up is Giovinazzi in 7th. And Gasly in P6 for us, so I'm not going to criticise him too hard because right now he's doing a better job than me. So but we're in P8 behind Giovinazzi and the McLaren. And I think that's an Alpine there that is holding Gasly up just a little bit. I'm not quite sure. I think that must be Esteban Ocon, because we've already passed Robert Schwartzman as we now head up the Kemmel Straight. Giovinazzi is going to be there for the taking, isn't he? He's going to be a sitting duck to us because we've got the momentum. And you know what? We're going to have the position, although Giovinazzi goes very tight for the inside, which means we're going to have the extra momentum when we break in the sweep round, which is what we have done. Next up is our teammate, Pierre. Please don't make this too difficult for me. We're going to do what we did to Bottas and Gasly. I think just let me go there, and I think I might have just about frightened him out of the way. Right, next up is Esteban Ocon for 5th. We're going to have a little look. And in fact, we've banged wheels with him. So Ocon turning in there, letting us know that he wasn't going to make it easy, but eventually we did force him out the way. And we have now made our second pit stop for another set of soft tyres, and we're down to P14 with it all to do all over again. So all of the action we saw there was all part of, well, getting us to where we could end up now, because we're right behind Sebastian Vettel. We have quite supreme pace now, though, compared to these guys on old hards. So getting past Vettel was easy. Brilliant. Getting past Stroll, theoretically, should be relatively straightforward as well, because, well, look at the traction we had out of Stablo, and look at the speed we have on him. I was going to have a look around the inside of Blanchimont. Not going to happen. Tried the outside. Not going to happen. Stroll taking the inside. We go through around the outside. I nearly missed the corner, but we have got the move done into P12. And Sebastian Vettel's looking at getting through. Right, next up is Robert Schwartzman, who we bully completely out of the way at Blanchimont. We are loving our overtakes around there today. We've got quite a few of them down round that corner. And next up is Sean GELAEL in P10.
Managing your tyres.
We're about to rob GELAEL of getting a point in his debut, but I want that point. And with 3 laps to go, I think catching Yuki Tsunoda is a bit of a tall order. But as we get to the last lap, I'm within a second and a half of him. If I could just get... Well, never mind, I've got a penalty anyway, so...
At the end of the race.
But we've got 6 seconds on GELAEL, so it's not like it matters. But I was really pushing in the hope that I could get a slipstream on him towards the end of the lap. But now we've got a penalty anyway. Charles Leclerc, our championship nemesis, has taken the win here. And with that, that will give him the championship lead. So... A dreadful day for us, really. We qualified in P16. I was on the wrong strategy, and when I lost my front wing, well, that was it, really. It kind of shot me in the foot that I didn't go on hard tyres. So yeah, wrong strategy,
pick up rubber
and
bring it home.
I think I'm pretty much showing what I thought of that race there. Nothing but frustration is what I'm feeling. And that driver of the day just feels extremely hollow.
What a great race then, and what a magnificent victory here at the Belgium Grand Prix. Hans, talk to me. What do you think it was that sealed the win for them?
Well, this was a real team victory. They put together a solid strategy today that appeared well suited to the conditions out on track. The driver did everything that was expected of them in the moment to really execute the team's plan to perfection, a shining example of how F1 really is a team sport.
Red Bull are our winners today after showcasing some incredible driving. There's been a huge push from them lately to stay competitive with the other teams, and they're certainly proving themselves.
It just wasn't our day, really, was it? We took damage at the start, had a couple of
Charles
bumps and
Leclerc's
scrapes
points today
while
take him
trying
to
to
the
make my
top
way
of the
through the
championship
field, and
stands.
eventually,
So, Anthony Davidson,
when
who
I
would you
did pit,
rank
I
as your
took on the
driver of
wrong
the day?
tyres,
I
and
have
as
to
a
give it to
result,
Joker.
it's
Look at
bit
where they
me
finished
quite
compared to where they
massively in the
started.
arse.
It's not easy to come
I
through
feel
the
like
field
we
that
could
in
have
Formula
made
One, so it was a
P5
great
or
effort.
P6
It's
in
time
that
to
race,
check out the
and that we
constructors'
should have made
standings.
P5
Red
or
Bull pull further
P6.
ahead in the
But it's a
standings.
Red Bull 1-2,
It's been
and
an
look at
absolutely
Jack
wild
Aitken up in
weekend of
third in his
Formula One
debut for
action. I
AlphaTauri.
can't wait to see
And
what's
there
next.
you can see confirmation of Charles Leclerc now leading the Drivers' Championship. Where is this one going to end up, I wonder? Well, thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and hit the subscribe button. Until the next time, I've been Joe. TTFN, guys. Ta-ta for now.